What's up, everybody? Dirtbag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We are doing an exciting new guy that we got for the last sacred event, for the 2x event. And when I pulled him, we didn't really know what to think about it because he's brand new. So we're going to go over SAMAR GEMCURSED today. Now, there's some videos out there that, like, you know, obviously the whale's doing videos saying that he's not that great. I think he's cool. I think he has a niche, and everybody in this game has a niche. He looks really, really cool. But today's going to be a how-to gear guide for SAMAR GEMCURSED. All right, so let's get into it. First, we'll start with these guides by going over their skills, and then we're going to go over what kind of gear sets are going to work best for him. All right, so let's get into these skills. So first skill, attacks one enemy, heals by 15% of the damage inflicted if this champion has 50% HP or less. So it's almost like a lifesteal with his A1 if he's kind of like that mastery that we have, this one. So he heals by 5% of the damage inflicted when attacking 50. So basically he's going to heal for 20% because we have this mastery, which is cool. Like, it's an auto heal on his A1. He also fills his champion's turn meter by 15% if he has more than 50% HP. So he's going to kind of give himself a little oomph when he goes in for his A1. Haven't really tried him in the clan boss yet. I don't know if he doesn't bring anything in clan boss. Like, he steals buffs and he hits pretty hard. That's it. But his A1, not bad. It's pretty cool. And then this one, I think like a lifesteal set in PvP would be pretty. Like, he just wouldn't die. If you can make him tanky enough, he just keeps healing all the way back up. His A2 attacks one enemy, inflicts bonus damage equal to the difference of HP. So you want his HP high. Percentage levels between this champion and the target. 1% damage for every 1% difference. So what this means is if you're attacking somebody with like a Mountain King, you're probably not going to do a lot of damage. You attack people with like average HP, like an Arbiter, like 40, 50k. You'd have to have like 100k damage or 100k HP to really do a significant amount with this. But the buffs also help. So you're going to get more out of the buffs than you are with the increased HP. Because for him to do damage and have a crap ton of HP, you have to have like godly gear, which I do not have. This is an average raid account. But inflicts bonus damage equal to the difference of number of buffs on this champion and the target. 10% damage per buff. So if you have, let's say, 6 buffs, that's 60% extra damage. The person on the other side, let's say they just have a shield, that's 5 difference. That's 50% more damage coming in for the A2 based off of an HP damage, right? So not bad. It's pretty cool. So I was testing them out. This is probably the longest and most paid guy I've geared in a while. So this is all for you guys. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like if you haven't already, and join the Discord. But A3 is kind of what I like about him the most. It's because he's kind of like a debuffer, and he steals it, which is also cool. So he's an AoE debuffer. Now, we're going to go over a bunch of different ways to gear him, but attacks all enemies. So an AoE has an 80%, you can buck it up to a 100% chance down to a 4-turn cooldown of stealing 2 random buffs before attacking, which is awesome. Places an extra hit on enemies that have any buffs left. So if you don't steal any buffs, you're going to hit twice. So that's kind of like, am I going to focus on accuracy or not focus on accuracy, or go kind of in between? Completely your call. We'll go over 2 different scenarios. And then Diamond Skin, which is really cool. Automatically he starts off with block damage. So right when he goes into every wave, block damage. Every time he starts arena, block damage. So if he has a lot of resistance, which this build has like a mixture of everything, he's not going to get resisted like a Madam. Madam has like 600 accuracy, so you need a crap ton of resistance. But at least he starts with it. So if they don't have a Madam on the other side, you should be pretty cool for him just to not take any damage. So like the Skull Crowns, you know, I think it'd be really cool to have 2 of these guys. Like, if you had 2 of these guys coming in with automatically block damage, and like Lydia as your lead, and like, I don't know, an art, like whatever. 2 of these guys would be really, really cool. So whoever has 2 of these, let me know, because I'd love to do a video on it. But this also is very cool. Effective, blocks incoming damage and places a block damage buff. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, but block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn when they receive a hit that would drop them below 30% HP. So this just happens. It's like if he's about to get hit really hard, like a Rotos or something. Actually, I think Rotos might ignore this, but puts up a block damage buff automatically, so he doesn't take any damage. Like, it's not like he just takes some damage and stops it. Literally, if it goes below 30%, he stops it and he keeps that full health. It's on a full turn cooldown, which isn't too bad. That's why if like he's super fast, it might be better. But that's pretty cool, just innately. He's got an HP aura, all battles by 30%, which is very good. So, and he looks very, very cool. So, Masteries, real quick, this is the Masteries. We went on him. I wanted him to kind of be my Mountain King replacement. Like, I don't have a Mountain King, but I wanted him to be Mountain King for my Resistance team. He's not a Mountain King. Don't try and make him a Mountain King. But these are kind of what we were testing out, just to get a little bit more. I might change it up to go accuracy route, but we were kind of getting more. Since he starts with this, decreases the damage of allies receive from their first hit in each round by 20%. This champion will receive that damage instead. So I think since he starts with block damage and your team gets hit before, he might take 20% of that damage and not take any damage because he starts with block damage. I hope this works. So somebody let me know if that's the case, but I think that is really, really cool. 50% increased turn meter, resistance, take less damage, heal, and really just do as much damage as possible because we got Helm Smasher down here. And let's go over the artifacts. So currently, these are the total stats. I'm pairing him with the Archmage dude that gives you 3 buffs and increase your crit rate by 30%. So that's why I try to get as much crit damage. So with that stat, he's up to 103 crit rate, 224 crit damage, which is really good for an HP champion. 196 speed, which is slow for arena. 2k defense, which isn't that much, but 64 HP, which again isn't that much. But to get a Savage set on him, that's kind of what we did. So, and 192, so 348, that's kind of what I was really aiming for, was the resistance. So that way he can survive a little bit longer, because I tried him in my resistance team, not the best. He dies pretty easily in a resistance team, especially if the other team is like set up pretty well. They have a Madam, they cleanse you, and you just die. So I got to test what, and we're going to do a guide on him soon, but I'm going to test what the best thing is to do for him, whether it be go full accuracy or full HP. But we have this to play around with, the resistance. Like, I can take all of this off and put in HP, or take all this off and put in accuracy. So we'll test it out. But what gear sets are going to be good for him? We're testing Savage. Savage is good for him. I tested it. It works. He hits pretty hard. What other sets? We got speed set. If you have a lot of HP, get the speed set. Crit rate, again, if you want to do damage, crit rate, crit damage. Accuracy is not a bad set because he does have that Steel 2 buffs. Resistance, not a bad set. Lifesteal, I was thinking this could be pretty cool if you just put him in like a lifesteal set with a ton of HP. He might be able to just literally keep healing every single time. Not bad. Ignore. Frost set, only probably provokers. I would do Frost set. Immunity, he already has the block damage, so if you want to put an immunity set on him, you can, but he's already got the block damage. Shield set, so this is the first thing I tested. I tested the shield set on him. The thing about the shield set is you want somebody with a lot of HP. His base HP for an HP champion is 21,000. That's probably the only thing I don't like about this. Not the only thing. That's one of the worst things I don't like about this guy, is he has such low HP for an HP champion. When we have other champions, like, I mean, even Hakorn has like 23,000, almost 24,000, and he's an HP champion. But the biggest thing I had the shield set on was this guy. He's got 27,000 HP. He had my shield set. I took it off and tested on him, but I wanted him to replace like a Mountain King. Mountain King is like 31k HP. Why does... And he's a defense champion. He's not even an HP champion. Defense champion has 27,000 HP. This guy should have 29,000 HP. Like, give him more HP, and I think he will be a lot better and more desirable for people. But we took the shield set off because the shield, when we started, we had like 60 or 70k HP when we went in. It was like that much. Not even worth it. I was like, this sucks. So you can if you go straight defensive with a shield set. I went more crit damage shield set, and he just didn't do enough damage with the shield set on. So it's completely up to you. The shield set is not a bad idea. If you're a beginning mid-game player, shield set is good for this guy. If he's your HP champion and you want to use him, shield set would be good. If you're late game, he's not the best champion to put a shield set on. I would skip him and put it on somebody else, especially with 21k HP. I think there's just so many champions out there that have a lot more HP. Like this guy, nobody used Lugian, has 22,000 HP. Maybe some epics that might have 20k HP. So Trunda has 22,800 HP. So there you go. The HP champion has less than a Trunda. Booyah. Okay, so what other gear sets? If you're going more defensive route, just go as much HP as possible. Ignore the Savage set and go probably more of these Immortal sets. Relentless, I think, would be pretty cool with him. So if he has his AoE hit first, and then he kind of steals all the buffs, and then runs in and does his A2, I think is pretty cool. He's got a turn meter increase on his A1, also can heal. So I think another good set that you should definitely try out on him would be the Relentless set. We don't have a ton, but I think Relentless would be a cool thing to try out on this champion because he can steal, get more buffs, run in, hit really, really hard because he has a lot more buffs than the enemy champion. So that could also be another thing that we might test out as a Relentless. Savage obviously is good with him. Doesn't do anything for Scarab King, so I would ignore the Destroy. Stun set, his cooldowns are too long to do the stun set. He's got single target, so not the best. Cruel, he's a HP champion, so doesn't benefit off of attack, but Immortal set. So I think Immortal would be really, really good for him, because if you put 3 Immortal sets on him, that's 45 extra HP, which you then heal by 9% each turn. So if you already have a ton of HP, you're healing every single turn with that, and he's going to heal himself with his A1. Crit rate if you need it. Life, again, another good set. It starts with a shield, another good set for him. Speed, good. Swift parry might be cool. So he already has the unkillable, and then or the block damage, and then if he actually does take a huge hit, he puts up his passive, which then he ignores, and then if he takes another huge hit, this thing can proc, and then hopefully the 4-turn cooldowns comes back because he heals himself back up, and then he procs it again. So this actually will probably be the top gear set. I don't have a lot of pieces, like good pieces. This will probably be the top gear set that you can have for him because of that combo that you have for him. So that'd be pretty cool. Resilience, I love Resilience. It's HP and defense. It's just an easy set to throw on if you need like another 2-piece set. You can forge this. Perception, great for him because he does have accuracy that he can use. So accuracy with speed, and I think that's really it. Yeah, those are the sets that I would highly suggest. If you have those, use them. So what do you want to aim for? Always go with the gloves first. Like, are you going to go with more crit rate, crit damage build, or are you going to go more like defensive with HP gloves? So if you're going to go more defensive, go with the HP glove set first, with just like speed offset. But this, we went with the speed, HP, crit rate, and crit damage. This is a very, very good set for, or gloves for this set. It wasn't 80% crit damage. We don't have 6-star gloves, but we again went with the Archmage. He gets up to 100% crit rate, so we went with the crit damage gloves because we only have to get up to 70% crit rate. So we started with this. I would go HP if you're again just getting this guy and you're kind of newer. This HP 100%, just go HP if you can. Just again, it helps out with his damage, helps out with more HP. Crit rate, speed, accuracy, HP, not a bad set. We got the Savage set going. Speed for the boots 100%. I always suggest going speed with the boots unless you have a go second team. He's not going to be the best for a go second team because he has so much HP. He should have so much HP. But we got resistance, accuracy, HP percentage, which is good. Attack doesn't do anything for me. Then we got the shield with another mortal set. We got crit rate, really good crit rate, speed, resistance, and accuracy, really good rolls. Shield, helmet, we got accuracy, attack, crit rate, crit damage. Attack, again, we don't need it. It's just the only helmet I had. And then the weapon, we got speed, attack, doesn't matter. HP, pretty good. And then crit damage. The accessories are really whatever you need. I would go 100% HP with the ring. We rolled pretty crappy. We got some defense here and attack that, again, limited resources, but we got HP for this. This one, if you're going again with the attack route, go with crit damage. If you're going with the survival route, go with HP. And that's what I would suggest, HP for the neck piece, and get as much resistance and accuracy as you can for this. But we got a pretty good HP roll and resistance, so that was good. And then this is the thing that you can change. You can go 96% accuracy, or 96 accuracy, which brings them up to 280. Wow. Yeah, 280 accuracy, which I think I would try out. So we might take off this resistance and go with more of an accuracy banner. Because if I'm having him go first anyway, you might as well either steal some buffs or run in and hit pretty hard. So let's see what this accuracy is. So this gives me 11 more speed, 96 accuracy. We lose that. We lose 4,000 HP, which isn't the best. This one we could probably gain some HP. This one we lose 1900 HP, but we get 10 speed. So we're gonna go probably with this one, because this gives us, we lose 4,000 HP, so it brings us to 60,000. But then we're up to 280 that, to over 200 speed, which is what we want. And this one, let's roll one more for, see, this has attack percentage, which kind of sucks. And these rolls are just terrible. Okay, so let's put this on him, and then this is what I would suggest. So you can go, I mean, he starts with 80 resistance. That was my idea, is just put him on my resistance team. He can replace my Skull Lord Vargal and hit really hard. Not the case. He just doesn't do enough to replace 27k HP. Like, Skull Lord almost never dies. He's like the last surviving dude every single time. But yeah, and I didn't want to replace one champion with the same exact thing with another champion. I want to replace somebody with like a Mountain King and do damage in that team, but it just wasn't the case. But I might test it out again later. But let's go with the accuracy on this. So we're up to 288 accuracy, 60k HP, 207 speed, 73, 194, and those are stats. 252 resistance, not the best, but it's still something. It starts with 80 resistance. You get 80 from the Great Hall, so not bad. All right, but again, this is attack. It's so bad. So do we just level this up? Yeah, we might level this up, because that'll give us the same accuracy. It gives us a lot more HP and gives us one less speed. So this is probably the better set, because this still has attack. Yeah, we're gonna level this up, waste all of our silver, and we're gonna put this on him with more HP. So that'll give us probably, what, 63,000 HP, which is good, and then the same accuracy, and then we're going to test that out. So this is how I would build them. Those are all my suggestions. We're going to have a guide coming soon, so again, hit subscribe if you haven't already, so these videos pop up for you guys. But if you aren't joining the Discord, join the Discord. That's how we do the account takeovers. If you haven't watched that video, go check that out. We're doing account takeover once we hit 750 subscribers, and then we're doing kind of account overviews as well, just to kind of help out. It's I go ham on the account takeovers, but let me know what you think. Again, the guide's going to go a lot more in depth with them, so watch out for that. And I appreciate you clicking on the video. Good luck with everything, guys, and enjoy the rest of your week.